Hey guys, this is Thomas over here, nursemoneytalk.com. So I talk a lot about traditional and non-traditional nursing students on this channel. And so what I'm going to do in this video, I'm actually going to give you some advantages and some disadvantages I actually think that you get from being a non-traditional student. Before I get into that, if you're not already subscribed, I want to go ahead and invite you to hit that subscribe button. On this channel, I talk about all things related to nursing student, and of course, nurse life. The other thing I'll mention is that after watching this, if you are considering going to nursing school, I would encourage you to check out the school search page over at nursemoneytalk.com/schools to find a school that kind of fits your need, whether you're looking for a classroom time, online only, or a hybrid combination. So definitely check that out at nursemoneytalk.com/schools. Link will also be in the description below. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing I think is an advantage for the non-traditional student is that you have experience. And I think when you have worked a little bit out there, there's just so much more life experience in general that you have. And I know that every classroom I've ever had, and then there was like a non-traditional student in there, like they added so much more to the discussion if we ever broke up into groups, because they actually have real world experience. And I remember I was in a group during nursing school, and we had, I think they were a scrub tech or something like that. And just hearing them talk about their experience, because at that point I didn't have, sure, I worked as a nurse aide or whatever, but they had actually been working as a scrub tech for many, many years before deciding to go back to nursing school. And there was a lot that they added in there. And during like the course of just like the classroom time in general, you can tell how that benefited them, that it kind of gave them a leg up. The other thing that being a non-traditional student does is that you have direction. You know what you want in life. You're not so young to where like you're still kind of moving back and forth, wondering, well, do I want to be a nurse? Do I want this? Do I want that? No, because you already went past it. You already know what you want out of life. I look at it, the difference between like a 22, 23-year-old and like a 32 and a 33-year-old, like the differences are huge. This 32, 33-year-old could, probably already has a family, might already have like one or two kids or whatnot. And so they already know where they're going. They already know what their purpose is. And because they already have that sense of direction, that helps them with having discipline, because they are, and that's the third one, is that you have discipline. When you have so much life experience, and when you already have all of these responsibilities, you've already been used to taking care of kids, working full time, doing this, doing that. You've already have had to build up and develop that discipline and that routine, that ability to carry that weight of responsibility. And I think it really shows in a lot of ways, like when I was in nursing school, looking at how like the non-traditional students were handling things versus like the traditional students. And you can tell that the non-traditional students, while they did struggle in certain things, and I'll get to what those struggles were in the disadvantages section, but while they did struggle in certain things, they were very disciplined. They were very focused during classroom time. They weren't like, not saying you couldn't go out and still party and do all that stuff or whatever. And some of them, I guess probably did, but they were well past those things, because they, like I said, they had responsibilities to do. And I think that is where part of the advantages that you'll see if you're a non-traditional student versus like your traditional student peers, is that discipline and what huge advantage that gives you. The fourth thing that being a non-traditional gives you is that you have financial resources that a lot of times your traditional students don't have, because once again, there's a good chance you're probably married, or you have a probably a committed partner or whatnot, and you have these financial resources that are available to you. Even if you don't have a partner, you might have already been working for X period of time and then saved up money or something like that. And so I just noticed that the non-traditional students tend to be in a different spot financially than the traditional students, who they might be living off of student loans, or mom and dad are still floating the bills, which I guess for that might still technically be the case, I guess, if you're a non-traditional student. But anyway, moving on to some of the disadvantages that you will see as a non-traditional nursing student is that there's a good chance you're going to have a lot of responsibilities that your traditional student peers aren't going to have. Now, this responsibilities could range anywhere from just, having a full-time job that you have to keep because you're not just a student now. You're a caregiver, to potentially like your kids, maybe like some elderly parents. You are a mom, you are a dad, you're a husband, you're a wife, you're a lot of these things. You have responsibility, kind of like duties, if you will, to like your spouse, significant other, partner, that a single traditional student isn't going to have. Even if they are in a relationship, it's probably, potentially not long-term or anything that's like severely like high commitment. And, one of the things that I'm sure you realize is that even going back to school, like your life doesn't go on a pause. Like, you can't tell your kids, hey, I'm not going to be your mom, or I'm not going to be your dad for this next 2.5 years. We'll pick up, after I'm done with nursing school. It doesn't work like that. You can't put things on hold the way your traditional student peers can. The other thing, and this is the big one that I think that you will see, or at least that I saw a lot of my, non-traditional nursing student peers struggle with. And that's like, even though they have these experiences and they have these discipline, there's something to be said for being out of the game for so long that you're just very rusty. They're not in the pattern or routine of studying. There's studying in and of itself is a skill set. There is a skill to studying. There's a skill to knowing what works for you and how you best study. And sometimes that can even change from class to class. And those are the things that honestly, like if you've been, you went to elementary, middle school, high school, then you went going through college, you've been running that all the way straight through. And without a break in between, you're still in that rhythm. You still kind of, all of that is you're still very much in tune with what works for you. And that has been probably one of the big things that I have seen a lot of the non-traditional students studying with. If you are in a situation where you are a non-traditional student, you're about to start nursing school, make sure you check out the Nursing Student Academy by going to nursemoneytalk.com/Nursing Student Academy. You'll see the link in the screen. It'll also be in the descriptions. That is a coursework that I think that will help you throughout nursing school and will honestly, in a lot of ways, take out a lot of that fluff that these nursing school textbooks have. So definitely check that out. Let me know if there's anything that I missed, like maybe there's like an advantage or a disadvantage that I left off the list. Then let me know in the comment sections below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you very soon in that next video.